What's going on, everybody? It's the Indoor Hunter, and I have finally surpassed 2,000 kill mark on my Red Deer Great One grind over on Aotearoa, which kind of made me start thinking about the Fallow Deer grind now that there's a new Fallow Deer Great One. I don't really want to start the hardcore grind for the Fallow until I have that Great One Red Deer. As I said, that is still in progress. Hopefully he comes sooner rather than later, but the future's unknown. We'll have to see on that. That being said, it has given me the idea. The hardest part about grinding in general is the setup and locating all of the need zones, and well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. I'm going to be a bit of a masochist. I'm not sure how good Emerald Coast is as far as fallow deer go, but I kind of want to try it out. As I said, we've been grinding for quite some time now over on Tay. Kind of getting tired of looking at it, and a change of scenery just might do us some good. Who knows, we may get that new map. Luck, have that fallow deer spawn. Super, speaking of, there's a call out there. But we're going to go through, find some zones, maybe throw down some tents. We're not going to grind per se, but we'll definitely shoot any that we find. Speaking of fallow, it's a pretty decent one running away from us there. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get a good shot on him, but my theory is, I know for a fact we've got a fallow deer zone here, not sure about the rest. We're going to see just how far away this location that I've got marked is in between these two lakes. We might be able to kill two birds with one stone. I do plan on dirty grinding these just like I am a red deer. While it hasn't produced a great one, it has certainly provided dozens of rare diamonds and a handful of rares as well, so it really narrows down what we really need. We don't need quite as many tents, quite as many tripods. I really enjoy that factor. It does, as I've made videos in the past about it does cost a lot of money to do because you're not actually making money while you're doing it, but time is of the essence, and that's exactly what this method's going to allow us to do. We're going to be able to blow through some zones, hopefully. And unlike red deer, whitetail, moose, these things have a very narrow window in which they drink, so not only is it going to be somewhat difficult to find their zones just because I don't know where exactly they're going to fit into that narrow window, it might actually be a struggle to, once we actually start grinding, to actually make it through all the zones while they're drinking. Again, I don't know. That is certainly something that I'm worried about because they only drink for a couple hours, and that could be an issue. We got our very first need zone discovered that at least is new, and luckily for us, we're not going to have to use a tent because it's right here next to this outpost. I am going to go ahead and shoot this guy just to get that ticker started. And I'm also glad that the 308 is an ethical weapon for these guys. That makes it that much easier because this typically with the Welsh plate shot instantly drops them. Well, we've got an albino red deer, which is nice to know. I don't think I'm going to shoot her just because. For now, we may just let her live. And who knows, if the grind on Tay doesn't go any better, we may switch over to this map just to try it out. Unfortunately, I don't see any fallow deer. That's kind of something I've been running into. I've been checked a few lakes now, and well, we've got nothing for zones, so it could be because animals like to take their sweet time and take forever to get to where they're going, so they may not be here yet, and which is going to be rather unfortunate. Again, that narrow window at the time that they drink, we just might have to be patient and wait till the very end of the drink time to start finding these guys. Something else that I've noticed, and this is anecdotal at best, whenever you discover a need zone initially, whatever time it is in game, that's generally whenever that animal group is going to show up at that need zone. Again, I have no definitive proof that this is the case, but I have noticed, especially with my whitetail grind over on Aotearoa Coast, a lot of my need zones are weird, and it's actually kind of frustrating. So I'm hoping we find these fallow deer much sooner rather than later. That way I know early on, because if it's towards the end, this could be a very difficult grind, at least on this map. We've got several red deer here at this lake. I want to take a mental note too of where I locate these, because as the grind progresses, this will change. They'll kind of rotate around, and I've really not explored the map that much as far as fallow deer go, so I don't want to pull the trigger quite yet on setting up tents and stuff here. We're going to keep looking around, and if we don't find anything better than 2 zones, then we may come back and place a tent. That is an absolute stud of a fallow. Not sure we're going to be quick enough here. I don't think that was a good shot, unfortunately. Definitely don't have a good feeling, and of course we ruined a diamond. That is a very large level 4 diamond fallow that we shot right in the rump. Had we shot just a little bit further up, we would have had a stud of a diamond to add to the trophy lodge, which is definitely unfortunate. I say it all the time though, this is not the first diamond we ruined. It will not be the last. This is why you should take your time, wait it out. Man, that is unfortunate. I do have to say, in my defense on that ruined diamond, I thought for whatever reason 280 was diamond, and so I figured, yeah, he's not going to make it. We'll go ahead and take this shot. Turns out it's 250. So, hey. Random fact of the day, so you see this light colored area, usually that's indicative of there being an outpost. However, with one being right here, I highly doubt what that is. It's been suspected in the past though that this is actually respawn points for animals on the map, so whenever they come on and respawn after you harvest them, this is the kind of area that they'll come back at. This is obviously very hard to prove, but I have seen at times where tons and tons of animals just appear out of nowhere, and that just might be what that is. Once the time comes for me to actually hardcore grind these things, I'm obviously going to have to set up some tree stands, ground blinds, tripods, something to help eliminate hunting pressure, but for now I'm not super worried about it just because we're not going to be shooting a whole bunch of these guys. I'll also say this, I still don't have a hog deer diamond from this map, so this might actually expedite that process because I will actually be able to grind for them quite efficiently because they share many of the same needs as the fallow deer do. Again, I'm not super worried about that, but it would be pretty nice. And as a good rule of thumb, always make sure your tents are placed at least 250 meters from those need zones. That way, whenever you fast travel to them, those animals will actually be there. Otherwise, you might actually fast travel, won't see anything at the zone, even though they'll actually be there. They just won't be spawned in for you because, well, they knew everybody was going to grind, and it'd be way too easy if you just insta-teleported into a group of animals. So I think at this point, I have everywhere covered as far as big lakes go. I still haven't fully explored the river systems. I know there are several fallow deer drink zones there. I would like to discover them. I don't know how efficient or effective it would be to actually set up zones on here because some of these places do get pretty narrow. That being said, I am going to go run through here, see what there is, and then we'll probably do a quick practice run through just to see how effective or how good this is all going to be once we get to grinding fallow deer. Unless we see something crazy, it's just probably just going to be a big compilation, so we'll see what we find. Oh, that's a decent looking fallow. I've actually found a crazy amount of fallow zones along the way here. The river may be an area in which we need to consistently run basically every time we do a run through, because every 200-300 meters I'm running into need zones here, so I could have been wrong on this. I may need to set up. Luckily enough, I do have extra tents. You can have up to 16 tents, and I think I have about 12 deployed currently, so maybe if we find some decent zones, we may actually be setting up on the river after all. I can't even make this up. This is literally the last zone that I have visited doing our first run through, and what do you know, we've got a 5 medium, 234 to 275. He's got a good shot of making diamond. Hopefully this will make up for our last one that we ruined. I cannot believe that. Literally, I was going to jump over here, shoot this thing, we're going to end the video, and then boom, here he is. Wasn't expecting this at all, so let's get in a little bit closer and see what we can make happen. Really don't love the angle that he's at, and we've got a tree right in front of him, but I think we're going to go ahead and try to slot that in there. Let's go ahead and attach the Argus so we can get a little more zoom. 0 for 150. That should be enough to bring him down. Hopefully... Oh, he is in the water, so that means we're gonna have to wait to see if we ruined him or if he even makes diamond. I'm gonna see if I can't jump out there because there's still a long way to go. Come on. No, we were right there. So close. Got him, and he's just a gold. He's a troll, are you kidding me? Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. We didn't escape out of here with a diamond. We got one ruin, one troll. Like I said, that's the way it goes. But I have successfully completed our first official run through of the fallow deer grind, and there were certainly some kinks that are gonna need to be worked out. But that's for the future, because we still have a lot of grinding to do as far as red deer goes. I really want to get that put in the trophy, the great one, red deer, of course, put in the trophy lodge before we focus on fallow. So I'm not going to be worried about it too much, but a lot of the things that I was worried about did end up happening. The time frame when they start drinking versus when they stop drinking is very small, meaning a lot of the times most of these guys are super late to their zones. It's kind of like grinding for whitetail. It's just going to take some patience, maybe some workarounds as far as setups goes, and of course I had no tips or tripods, so hunting pressure is certainly an issue. There were a lot of spots that had way more than I felt comfortable shooting. I don't know, but I'll see you guys on the next one.